Welcome to this episode of Journals and Sense. I'm Linda McGowan, and this podcast is all about improving small businesses one problem at a time. Hello. In this episode of Journals and Sense, I'm going to be exploring the 4 ways to grow your business. So if you've got a small business and you're wondering how to get your business to grow, maybe you've just started out and you haven't really got a lot of sales yet, or maybe you've been in business for a little while and your sales are plateauing. Stay tuned and listen as we explore the 4 ways to grow your business. So in this episode of Journals and Sense, we're going to be discussing the 4 ways to grow your business. Now, the good news is there are only 4. You can increase the number of customers of the type that you want. You can increase the number of times your customers come back. You can increase the average value of each sale that you make. And you can increase the effectiveness of each process in your business. Now, they're the 4. Every business will have one that when they hear those and they think about it, they'll be a little bit easier, a little bit more palatable to implement at first. For some businesses, it's been a while since they put their price up because they feel they're in a really competitive market, and putting a price up will just alienate clients and shrink their market share. So they might find that working out how to get more customers to come to you, or when they do buy from you, how to increase the average value of your sales. So the 4 are the only 4. There are no others. People often confuse looking at cutting costs and often start off by saying they want to grow their business and what costs to cut. But cutting costs only helps you increase your potential for profit. It does not help you grow your business. So the 4 again are increasing the number of customers of the type that you want, increasing the number of times your customers come back, increasing the average value of each sale that you make, and increasing the effectiveness of each process in your business. Now, if you can implement all 4 of those, which would happen over a period of time, but if you could implement all 4 of those by just 10%, and each one has that 10% increase value to your business, when the 4 of them have all been implemented, that 10% each has a compounding impact of a growth in 46.4% to your business. And who wouldn't want that in a small business, hey? So looking at the first one, increasing the number of customers of the type that you want. How do you do that? Well, do you have a referral system? Do you actually ask your customers of the ones that you like, the sort that you like dealing with, that you can make money off? Do you ask them to refer people that they know that are like them, that you want to do business with? Do you have a unique selling point that makes your business unique? Can you focus on that sort of niche market where you really just target a small market and don't throw your net wide and hope to cast and get a whole lot of people in your net to come to you, but really target the people that you know are going to want your service and you can really sell to them? Do you research your market? Do you understand what your customers are actually looking for and what preferences that you can add to your product that makes it easier for them to buy from you? Have you looked at new markets? Is there a potential for you to export or branch out a little bit? Do you have a great product but not enough people know about you yet? Can you look at some marketing through your website or through advertising or through building networks that you can really helping increase that part of your business? Have you developed a sales system? Do you actually know what customers are buying and which ones of your products maybe aren't selling that well, and focus on the ones that are really doing well? Have you talked to your customers about what problems that you've helped them solve or what you're potentially helping them with? And if there's anybody else, back to that referral, is there anybody else that they know that you can also help? And do you do any follow-up after you've made, after you've had a client for a little while or you've had a customer for a while? Do you talk to them about why they come to you? Is it about location? Is it about price? What is it that they gain, that they tell you that you can gain from and help look at how you market to the next group of people so that you can increase the number of customers of the type that you want. Don't be, everyone wants when they're starting off a business to get as many sales as they can. But sometimes you can really get the wrong customer and they are energy vampires. They suck the life out of you. They don't like paying for your time, and you end up running around and after them and not really servicing the really good clients that are happy to pay you and are really looking for more from you. So have a think about that when you're looking at how to increase the number of customers of the type that you want. Really look at your existing customers and see who it is that you really like doing business with, and are they a particular age group? Are they in a particular location? Are they in a particular group or in a particular industry? What is it that you can do for them that you can then market to other people in that same category, industry, age group, interest, and follow up with them? Number 2, by increasing the number of times a customer comes back. To me, this is probably the easiest one out of the lot to do. If you can get a customer to come and buy from you more often, then you've got that customer. They're not going elsewhere. They like what you sell. They like you. They like the price, and they're coming in, and you just have to work out a way of getting them back more often. So think of a hairdresser. How often do hairdressers really send out reminders, about haircut times or getting a colour done, or reminders about birthdays or special events, anniversaries? Most people who go to a hairdresser or barber, they know they should see you on a regular basis. It would be easy for them to remind you, and with these days, modern technology, there's a lot of ways they can send out reminders that, hey, I'm here, we haven't seen you for 4 weeks, you need to come in. Providing awesome service is just one of those ways that people come back, but being able to really talk to the customers that you have and get them to find out why, when you're talking to them, why do they like coming back to you? What is it about your product? And can you offer more to them? Do they know that you might not only do a haircut, but that you can also do a colour? Do they know that you might be able to help them with their will, but you can also help them reorganise their assets to protect them? If you think about all the skills that you have, if you're really good at making clothes, are you also really able to express to a client, hey, with your particular body shape or height or age, I reckon I could really make something special for you that you would feel fantastic in. And, that's a way of really talking and connecting and to your customers and getting them to come back to you more often for the type of service that you're selling. But often in small business, we're not that good at making sure that our customers know all the things we can do for them. And being able to do that better, I think, really helps you gain all that you can from a customer relationship, that they already know you and they already love you and they're already coming to you on a regular basis. So nurture them. Stop clients leaving. Don't treat them badly because you're taking them for granted. Really try and maintain every relationship, and don't let those energy vampires suck the life out of you. And while you're chasing one like that and solving their problems, 3 really good clients could be potentially walking out the door. So then we look at increasing the average value of each sale. This would really involve cross-selling or upselling or bundling services. So again, we go back to the hairdresser. You've gone in, you've had an amazing haircut, and the hairdresser puts in a magic product that you think, wow, look at that. And do they sell it to you afterwards? No. They should. That you would pay a premium if something that the hairdresser was giving you right at that time. You would pay above average for that, just to take it with you and be able to replicate that the next day when you're going to do your hair on your own. When you buy shoes, do they ever sell socks or stockings so that you can really maybe wear them home, maybe have a good pair of socks with a really lovely stylish pair of shoes if you're a bloke, or a really lovely, pair of stockings or leggings for ladies' shoes. There's lots of ways that you can sell a product, but also make the customer aware of the other products that you sell that really enhance that purchase experience for them. So, having cakes that you can also then put in a box and take away in a bag that's easy for you to carry, rather than juggling everything in your hands and potentially dropping your cake. So it's about looking at what product that you sell that you can maybe add another smaller product to for a lower cost, but it really adds a lot of value to the client. It really saves them from going elsewhere to buy that product. It saves them going to another shop, or maybe having to not even think that they needed it until they actually saw you using it with them. So I think that's a really great way of helping your business grow, by looking at the times that your customers come in. What else can you sell them that they need that you can make them aware of? And then you've sold more to that customer, rather than looking for new customers or maybe getting into a price war. And the last way, increasing the effectiveness of each process in your business, is really about you looking at how you sell. This involves training, setting up systems and manuals so that the sales process is replicated. So rather than focusing on the people that are selling with you, you're focusing on the system of how they sell, so that when somebody else comes in to sell, there's a staff turnover, new people. If you're growing, you need new staff. The experience of what you're trying to maintain with your customers is replicated throughout all the staff. I think we've all got examples of fast food chains that do this really well. The McDonald's process, everyone's very familiar with that, but it works. There's a consistency. When you walk into a Macca's store, that you're going to be asked a series of questions. You know what the products are. They're going to be the same product, any store, anywhere in the world. So, that's what you go in there for. You go in there for that peace of mind and comfort. You know what you're going to be buying. So for you as a small business owner, it really does require you to be working more on your business rather than in your business, because you really need to step back and document and systemize the sales process. Look at the software that is around. Look at the wonderful tools that are now available online that can link in with your bookkeeping software, that can really help you create a database that can help you manage the growth of your business, that you can determine what clients are buying from you, what customers, what products, who's coming in more often, where are they, so that it can really help you target your marketing and also service your clients better. And you really want to have that consistency as you grow. You want that consistency of delivery of your product. You want the end product to go out the same way, regardless of who's selling it to the customer. You want it to be the same wonderful experience, so that when you ask a client or a customer, who do they feel valued? You'll be in that top. What business do they go to where they feel like a valued customer? Name the top 5. You want to be in that top 5. You want that customer to say, hey, I go there because they are the best at making me feel like a really valued customer. And I might just be getting fuel from them. I might be getting my milk or my bread. I might be buying the kids' shoes once a year as they go back to school. So, it doesn't matter what your product is. It matters how the client feels, how the customer feels about your product service delivery. That's what you're trying to get to. So if you can look at those 4 ways, increasing the number of customers of the type that you want, increasing the number of times those customers come back, or increasing the average value of each sale, or improving the effectiveness of each process in your business, you will grow your business. They all require different elements. They all require different resources. They all involve some form of use of technology, or use of your time to document, to look at your customers. Certainly the last one, the increasing the effectiveness, is all about technology, or also just staff training. But The other three, don't be afraid to put up your price. For those, I mentioned that earlier in the podcast, but don't be afraid to put up your price if your product is good and you do go above and beyond, because people will pay for service. People will pay for value and quality where they see it and they get it consistently. People don't like paying for a higher premium and then getting really, sort of terrible or average service. That is not a way of increasing your business. But look at your business. Where are you at in your life cycle of your business? And if you're really not seeing a growth in your sales each year, stop and look at these 4 ways and what it is that you feel you can do right now to look at one aspect of those 4. Is it increasing the number of customers of the type that you want? Is it about spending some time looking at who your customers are? What are they coming in to buy from you that you want to sell to them? What can you do with them? How can you get more of them? Is it about increasing the number of times they come back? So what can you do in your business when you sit back and look at it now? What are those other ideas that you've wanted to put in place, but you always get caught up actually delivering the product rather than working on your business? You're working in your business. So how can you implement those other ideas that you've got that really help the customers come back to you more often and not go elsewhere, where they could be snaffled up by another business who does have a broader range or different options of what else they buy from you, that it's not worth coming back for one product when they can buy the other 3 that they need from somewhere else. And if you want to increase the average value of each sale that you make, prices are one way, but, you've really got to look at your prices. And as I said, look at how long has it been since you've put your prices up? What are your marketing competitors doing? What are the local businesses around you that you're competing with doing? What are their prices? What are they offering? And if you think you're really better, don't be afraid. You might lose a few customers, but people don't want to go to a business that's got terrible service or poor delivery. So they will come back. So be open, really sit back and look at your business openly and honestly, and look at which one, when I mention those 4, kind of rings a little bit true to you and where you are and maybe what you've been thinking about but not known how to do it. So there are lots of information about this. I'm happy to put a link up on the podcast website on the 4 ways to grow your business with some examples of each of these. Think about your business. Think about, particularly, I love the idea of businesses in a small community where you're trying to really get them to come back into your community. I'll pick on the dentist and a hairdresser. If you go into a dentist and you get your teeth done, wouldn't it be great to then go around the corner, get your hair done, go to a barber and come out looking absolutely amazing, so that not only do you smile better and the pain of the dental procedure may be worthwhile if you come out with a really different haircut and the whole look is then you transform. So I think dentists and hairdressers can work together, and that's a natural blend. Or even a lawyer and a hairdresser, if you've just gone through a terrible marriage breakup and you just want to sign off on those papers, go and get your hair done. It might make you feel a little bit better after what you've just been through. So, think about, as a business owner, who are you working next to, where the sort of customers you want are the sort of customers that they already have, and what can you do to help really grow both of your businesses? Have a coffee with them, talk to them, sit down and see whether there's any natural synergies. If not, fine, but it's unless you explore it and you think a little bit differently, you're not going to know until you give things a go, as that old saying goes. So don't be afraid to put up your prices. Don't be afraid to talk to your customers. I'm sure most people love sharing an opinion with you, and don't wait for it goes on your website. Ask them. If they've got a complaint, please address it. The worst thing you can do is not ask because you're scared of the feedback you're going to get. Any feedback is good feedback. Even if you think it's negative, it's giving you an opportunity to really fix something that maybe you didn't know about, and maybe it's been driving other customers away. So talk to your customers, talk to the ones that you trust, and don't get caught up by energy vampires who suck the life out of you and give you nothing for your business in return. So if you can do these 4, increasing the number of customers of the type that you want, increasing the number of times those customers come back, increasing the average value of each sale that you make, or increasing the effectiveness of each process in your business, you will grow your business. There is no doubt you will grow your business. And then it's an issue of managing that growth, and that's a good thing. That's a topic for another podcast. So thanks again. Stay tuned. Well, that's it for this episode of Journals and Sense. I'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. For more information and updates, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.